Morning. Hey everybody, a couple things before we get started with this video. The first day that we ran this new Holland, I had a really nice video filmed. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I thought we did a really good job getting everything on video. Unfortunately, my SD card, my main camera, the one I'm using right now, corrupted, and I was unable to get any of that footage. But I did have all the drone footage and all the action camera footage and some of Dad's camera. So if you see some footage sprinkled in of a nice sunny day, that's why. It was filmed the day before this card malfunctioned. But enjoy. Well, what'd you see up there? Huh. Yep, there it is.
There does look like a fun machine. Get front and off and then backward. Woo.
Yeah. Dad's over here reverse engineering this thing. There's your grease map.
50 hour, ain't they?
4 10s, 100.
10, where's it at?
Right there. This side.
That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. It's pretty easy to get them off.
Looks like a lot of belts right here.
Well, there's a few. More than claws. More hydraulic on it. There's hydraulic motor under there, up there.
This is the corn we're doing today. Pretty droughty stuff. I'd like to find some 25% corn for this thing to try out on, but I don't think we have any.
Hey everybody, day, what is it, day Monday? 14th, 15th, something like that. 14th. And it's been trying to rain, misting. We had some things to do this morning, so now we're going to try to run a little corn. Got the different combine to New Holland. Like Apple for letting us try this combine out. It's a CR890 with a 12 row folder. We run a little bit the other day, and going to run just a little bit here today. So we're going to move over across the road and show a few loads. We'll take you along. So far, what I've run, pretty nice machine. The handle's kind of like the tractor. You push it forward, it comes back to return. Every time you bump forward, it speeds up a little bit. Still hydrostatic transmission though. I haven't driven it on the road. We'll see how it is on the road here. Guess I better put my step up.
Better get out there.
Well, we got a field here, shell corn. Had just a little bit of drizzle. Really, the fodder's not very wet. A little bit, not bad at all. It doesn't seem to bar the head or anything or combine. So that's right along. We got on the IntelliSense, I think it is. IntelliSense. It runs automatic. Adjusts everything for the speed. What you're loading. It's set on loss, so if it loses anything, loss up and back, changes the settings, slows down. The handles are good. So far, so good. We're running like 210 bushel dry, a little better in places. There it is in the bend. Doing a pretty good job. Got just a little bit of cob. I'm sure we can get that out of somewhere. Off in the cab with Dad. Check it out.
Got her figured out?
Oh, I'm getting there. I think I ain't got road speed down yet.
I thought you were pretty slow getting there.
What's that, dude? Got the wrong thing. got to look past here. Makes a lot, put something against that or whatever it needs. What wire it is.
And so for some reason, pushing the cab right here cuts down on the cab noise.
I get rid of it right out the same way.
Hey BJ, we're going to need you to meet us back there by the well house. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way or not. It'll be pretty close. The good news is you can dump over 12 rows if you got to.
Yeah. See, it doesn't have anything to measure that. That I wish it did. How much
Measure
you got?
what?
How much you got in your tank?
Oh.
You had card ace, you could, but that's kind of nice after you got 14.8.
That's the moisture, 14.8.
That's what it says.
Looks like we made it. Really, Dad? Grain marketing guys stopped out to ride for a round. Maybe Dad will ask you if it's a good year to buy a combine or not. So this New Holland combine that we're running, this is a Class 8. I believe the number is 890. According to specs I found on the internet, the horsepower rating on this is 469, boosted up to 517 horsepower, holds 340 gallons of fuel, has a 410 bushel grain tank, and unloads at 4 bushels a second. Now, I'm pretty sure that 410 bushels is based on wheat, so it's a very similar grain tank capacity to our gleaner, and the unload rate is the same as our gleaner. Now, horsepower is quite a bit more, but this is a Class 8 machine. We have 2 Class 7 combines. We have a Class 7 gleaner and a Class 7 Claw 740, an older, the yellow and black classes. Definitely has more power, but we're also combining between 15 and 17% corn. Pretty much anything can combine that and not run out of horsepower with 12 rows. I mean, well, not true, but what I'm saying is this is not the hardest threshing stuff. We're not even close to running out of power. So a couple other things, if you didn't know, New Holland and Case IH are owned by C&H Industrial, I believe is the actual brand name. C&H, Case New Holland, same company basically. Manufactured in different areas, but share very, very similar architecture all the way across the board. So they both have a Pro 700. I believe that's what New Holland calls them. I know that's what Case calls that monitor. The cab is the same. A lot of the systems in the machines are the same. Now, one thing that is different, a New Holland has twin rotors versus a Case just has one big rotor. The New Holland has twin rotors. And I believe they've been like that for a couple decades at this point. I believe they were the first combine to be a twin rotor machine that I know of. Our Claas has twin rotors, but it is a hybrid machine. Basically, it has a cylinder and then 2 rotors, whereas this just has 2 rotors. Okay, we are a little bit behind on trucking because drones don't fly themselves, so I better go haul this thing up there. This corn's pretty dry. We're putting it directly in a bin, not waiting on a dryer. All that work getting that new dryer in, and I bet we've only dried maybe 15,000 bushels so far the whole year. Now that said, we haven't done a whole lot of corn yet, maybe 500 acres, but the majority of it's been pretty dry. We better go check to see what bin we're going to. All right, we're going to that bin, which is where I want to go. So when we have dry corn, I always try to put it in the big bin because the dryer cannot hit the big bin. We have to transfer corn to fill that bin. So if we already have dry corn that doesn't have to go through the dryer, to me, it just makes sense to put it in the big bin that the dryer can't reach. Save us from transferring corn. Look at that testoid.
Missed one row there because it's on up there.
Huh?
Got missed one row there because it's on up there.
I'm trying to figure out how to line up here.
Just dive in there, then you can. A little bit wet, but that head's taking pretty daggone good. Yeah, Brian's back.
So I'm gonna hop in the grain cart and go over so he can dump. He's on the other end of the field. I couldn't help notice the other truck looks like it overran. I can only assume that Dad did that. Guess I could eat his snacks. Be a real good brother and hide him. Holy cow, that's a long auger. There's definitely a joke in there somewhere. Looks like Bubby's having a little trouble adjusting. If you've never driven a combine in corn, it takes a while to get used to lining them snouts up and diving right into the correct row. So this field, we have 60 acres right here total, I believe. We already did 15, and this one's a 45. We got a neighbor here, and then on the other side of that, we have another. What is there? We already did that corn. It's the first fields we did. I think there was 110 acres of corn over there. We do have a neighbor right here. He's got 15-inch corn. So right here within a mile, there's 15-inch corn, 30-inch corn, and 20-inch corn. What is common in your area? By far, 30-inch corn is still the most common in this area, but you see a variety. There's some twin row. I don't know anyone on 22-inch rows though. Well, we are getting a good test on conditions. It is not raining, but it is misting constantly. So that fodder should be good and moist. And sometimes when it's like that, it does not feed very well into a corn head. So far, this one's feeding pretty well. Kind of impressed.
Easier to run a grain cart.
We're not gonna fall in love with it. That's your home. So we do have corn on the ground, but I'm guessing with it raining, these deck plates aren't super closed, which will lead to some header loss. That's my guess. So in the other day's footage that got deleted, there was several clips of me inside this combine, but they all got deleted, so I'm gonna take it for a round. We might be getting rained out, or misted out, I should say. It's probably not going to amount to anything, but it is getting pretty persistent. This isn't our combine. I don't want to completely, I guess, make it disgusting looking by running it in the rain. I'll talk to you on Dad's camera. I don't have his mic though, so hopefully the sound is okay. This combine does not have row feelers, unfortunately, so it's hard to YouTube and run this combine. You gotta steer. Weird, I know. Now, in all seriousness, row feelers do help quite a bit in a lot of ways. One of the main reasons is you're right in the middle of the corn plant, and you are preventing header loss by doing that, or minimizing it, I should say. Looks like this field's making 211. This field has a gravel pit right beside it. Like, if their gravel pit wasn't there, it'd be part of this field. So I'm very happy with that, all things considered. I don't remember what variety this is, and we're not in our combines, so I can't tell you. I could look it up on my phone, but I need both hands to do that. I guess I ought to hit auto. This is a fully automated combine. So I hit auto, we go up to speed. Basically, we go to the speed that I've set. Dad's got it set at 4.8. We are going to run this combine as close to 4.8 as possible while minimizing losses. Basically, you tell it what's acceptable. So, like if you got a little cob in your drain tank, you can tell the computer we want to strive for a cleaner sample, and it will dictate all your settings around that. So yeah, pretty nifty. I really like the automation. I do wish our combine had that. So here's that screen, a little bit about what we're talking about. There you can see all of our settings. There's our loss settings down there, what we're running. Yeah, I don't know my way through this monitor super well, and to be honest, the Pro 700 is my least favorite part about this whole machine. I do not like Pro 700s. I know it is user preference, but I planned it with like my main tractor was a case product for like 6 or 7 years, and I never really liked the Pro 700 all that well. In a harvest situation, it seems to do okay, but I really prefer my ag leader. Yeah, we are flowing out 3,600 bushels an hour right now, according to our little computer right there. When we had an 8250 down here, we had some really good corn, and I think I got it up to like 4,000 bushel an hour, 4,500 bushel an hour, something like that. I don't think I touched 5. That was in 2019, so if you want to check that video out, go check it out. But we just don't have the corn this year to really push that envelope. But I really like the automation. The cab, it's different. Like out there, I can stretch my legs out a lot further than I can the gleaner. Right there, it seems like it's a little closer. But these Harley pegs on this one, I actually use. On the gleaner, they're clear up here for me. I don't like that. I like the little shelves back there. I like all the room behind the cab. But this cab is definitely noisier than our gleaner cab, our AGCO cab. Of that, there's no doubt. But overall, it's not bad. It's a pretty good cab.
Need help. Anybody identify what that is on the window? Not really sure. Haven't seen it in a long time. Apparently we're gonna run though until we can get a positive ID. Hey, look, stuff sticking to the tires. A yellow combine up there somewhere in the rain. So a minute ago, I don't know if it was on camera, but we had a really strange moment. Brian was in the grain cart. He was running this tractor.
I was in the pilot seat of the operator's seat of the New Holland, and Dad was in the trainer seat. That's what the legal team says you have to call the buddy seat.
Now, one thing I did discover on accident the other day, you can unload while you think you're in the cradle. Now, what I mean by that is this combine, the swing your auger out button is only automatic if your separator is running. I don't like that because most combines will not let you unload while your auger is folded around. Well, on every other combine I've ever had, I hit my auger swing button, auger goes back around, goes in the cradle. You don't have to worry about it. This one, I was unloading the other day sitting still, and so I manually had to hold it. I thought I was all the way in the cradle. These two buttons are entirely too close. This one right here engages the unload. This one engages the automation. I hit the wrong button. We'll play that clip now. You talk about being embarrassed. As soon as I said something, Dad goes, I've done it a few times. So, he didn't do it in this combine, but he's done it in the past. I don't know. I felt pretty embarrassed and stupid, but I don't particularly like that feature. I wish that you just hit the button and it automatically went around all the time.
So if you ever wondered, I do get like 10 minutes a year of seat time in a combine. I'm up to 9.5 minutes, so that is one long auger. Normally, I'd be over in that track, even with the Lexion, definitely with the Gleaner. But this thing, I'm almost a whole 12 rows over. Oh look, he's talking to a camera. It's actually starting to rain pretty hard. Trying to set my cruise to a speed that Brian can operate at, and he missed. That thing runs about 4.8 whenever they're harvesting on the auto control. I set my cruise to 4.5, and you can see my ground speed is 4.7. So, maybe my cruise isn't exactly accurate, I don't know. But we're cruising right along in a little bit of a rain. Catching going.
Afraid this is our last round. It's starting to drizzle pretty good. We've got this field completely opened up. I didn't think it was going to rain at all, but here we are. I think Dad really likes this combine. Heck, I like it. One thing to keep in mind with any demo combine, it's very easy to fall in love with a machine when you first get it. It's new, it's exciting. Like I said, it's very hard to be honest with yourself sometimes. There are things I really like about this machine. There's things that I'm not quite used to, and I don't know. I do like this combine. This handle, I'm not quite used to it yet. I don't really like the shape of it. That's just ergonomics though, and some of the controls over here on the side. But other than that, the machine is doing a great job. Like, as far as grain quality, we seem to have a good sample. There's not a lot of cob in the tank. We're getting the whole cobs coming out of the back of the combine, which is what we want. It seems to be doing a great job. Now, I do want to thank Apple Farm Equipment for bringing this out here. A really awesome chance to run a New Holland combine. Couldn't thank them enough. I really appreciate that. And we had a great time running this machine. This was not a like a factory demo. This was a dealer going out and aggressively trying to sell combines. And there's not a lot of New Hollands in the area, so hopefully they have some success, because I think this is a good machine. I really overshot that cart. This auger is so long. I think they said this is rated for a 50-foot head, so it's quite a bit longer than our augers. But I hope they have success. I think they've got a good combine. I think it's just one of the deals where they got to, get into the market.
Folks, we have done something today that we haven't done in a long time. We got rained out. Moisture. Haven't seen it forever. Here in just a second, I'm going to tarp this trailer, or this grain cart, and I'm going to stay completely dry. It's magic. There it goes. There it goes. Can you see it?
I think he's been waiting all year to use that electric tarp, and it's not going to focus, and you guys can't even see. There we are. There we are.
And done.
That was smart. Sending a demo with a folder. Good idea. It doesn't have a power ladder. I think I'd be crushed. I just don't know how I'd live without it. Have to get out and move my ladder by hand again. Who wants to do that? Yeah, I guess that's it. So what was your opinion of the New Holland? You never told everybody.
Oh, it's nice to see. I don't know, like seeing beans. Good corn. Bigger machine than ours. Good up to.
All right, guys. Now you've seen the New Holland. You've seen us run it. You've heard our thoughts on it. Do me a favor, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, just go ahead and subscribe. We have a harvest video pretty much every day during harvest, so plenty of action going on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.